Hey everyone, I hope you guys have had a great day trading so far. Today is Monday, October 30th, and we are in NFP week. So the waters are going to be a little bit choppy. You guys, most of you already know that. Just pointing it out for some others that may not. We've got the Fed rate decision on Wednesday, and we've got NFP on Friday. So with regards to the candle filter, I wanted to point out a trade that I took today, and also show you guys some other things that can happen and that you might be seeing in your back testing. And I just want to clarify that point, and you'll get what I'm saying in just a second. So having said that, let's go ahead and jump on the NASDAQ, and I'll drill into what I mean by all of this. This was the NASDAQ today here. Go ahead and scoot this over here, make this a little bit wider. So we've got the 9:30 opening right here on this candle. So this candle shoots up, takes out London highs, takes out PDH, previous day's highs, keeps going, and then shoots up through here and takes out a 15-minute liquidity area that I had marked up already. Now, when it did this, I waited for an opposing candle. It closed down again underneath the liquidity, waited for it to close, and then I put the fib on it. But the train was moving so fast at this point that you'll notice, and you're probably seeing this in your back testing, and like I said, I'll go over this in just one second. This is the, what is this? The 10-15 candle right here. So let me go ahead and swing the 1 minute chart over and point out, if I remember correctly, this is the 10-15 candle already. So all this all this here with the fib and how it retraced and came back up, that never happened. You know, with this candle, that all actually, I'm sorry, here, that never happened on this candle. That happened already inside your filter candle. And then I began to hunt, look for an entry on the next 15-minute, which at that point I moved down to my lower time frame. I'm actually on the 1 minute here. This is that 15-minute candle that's starting to form, and then it took off from there. I mean, the train at this point has already left the station. My point in saying this, guys, is that if you are seeing this with your back testing, if you happen to see this today with the NASDAQ, if you trade NAS and you're looking at the candle filter and you're like, let me check out what this guy is talking about here, let me see if I can map it out myself, you know, and you're like, hey, it blasted through here, candle came back down underneath it, I put the fib on, and what happened? Well, what happened is your trade was gone at that point. The train already left the station, never came back and retraced, and it took off on you. And my point in saying this is that is okay. It's okay to miss the trade. It's okay to let it go. Don't get FOMO. Don't get any of that mess at this point. Just let it go and wait for the next setup. Maybe I should have been more clear in my last video to say, you know, hey, this can happen from time to time, but I just wanted to just, you know, show you the strategy overall of what usually happens. And, you know, it comes up, retraces, hits one of the OTE levels and drops. But you will see this from time to time. I did expect that this week. I expect that more this week. That, you know, again, the scenario plays out, you put your fib on it, but you know, your hunting candle that I call it is already just gone at that point, and that is okay. Why is it okay? It's okay because it's going to teach you patience. It's going to teach you to wait. It's going to teach you not to try to chase a trade or do anything crazy that's going to affect your account. So when this happens, guys, again, if the train's already gone, it's leaving the station, you're looking at it leaving, let it go and wait for the next setup. No worries there. Now I will say, I watched this play out, but I was already in this trade to begin with based on its movements, based on other ICT concepts that probably many of us know. So I had a position, I think up in here, and then I had a position up in here, and I got out down here when it started kind of consolidating through here. So again, point is, if you're back testing or if you're seeing this live as the day is progressing, you know, you put your fib on it, but it never retraces or comes back, that's okay, let it go. Wait for the next setup. And so my next setup happened with EU today. I was watching EU, this is 10:45, this is 11. 11:45, we took out this 15-minute area that I had already mapped. An alert went off my phone. We did take it out barely, but the candle did close underneath the liquidity, so I went ahead and put the fib on this guy right here. Actually, it's this one here. And then this candle here, which is 11:45, is the one I begin to start trying to find my entry if there is one. So let me go to 11:45 here. Okay. 11:45 is this candle right here. So what I did was I let it drop. This next candle came up and then let me move this guy out of the way here. And then he came back up and he wicked off the 79 area, and then I actually got in at that point. You might think, well, why would you get in there? Well, let me show you why. If you look back at our 15-minute and how this guy is formed all through here, if you look at these candles, we've got a kind of a high that formed here. We've got a high that formed here. But then if you'll look, this candle, nor this candle, nor any of these guys are breaking these highs. So that's telling me we're starting to go lower. When this candle came up and kind of hit this area right in here, I'll just draw a little line here. Oops. When it kind of went up and hit that area, and then this area came up and hit it again and didn't go any further, I just simply got in at that point, anticipating that we're going to have a drop with NASDAQ, at this point, and that's what it did. It just, I'm sorry, EU. It just took off from there. So again, there was actually a couple scenarios where you had this situation happen, and then this one where it did play out okay. Liquidity area taken, candle close underneath, and then we got in, at this point. So anyway, I just wanted to show you a trade that I took on EU today. If you guys are not trading EU or GU, I highly encourage you to check them out. I used to, I couldn't stand these guys in the past, but ever since they've made that change in the summer, it just seems like EU and GU want to go to liquidity, go to fill a gap. It's like they know where to go, and they just go from area to area to area, and they just move buttery smooth. I love EU. EU is becoming one of my favorite pairs to trade. So check those out if you haven't already. But again, I just wanted to stress, with your back testing, and as you may see it on some days, you're going to have some instances where it takes liquidity, it does its thing where it closes back underneath, and you put your fib on it, but this candle here, being here, it never comes back up to retrace and just keeps dropping lower and lower and lower. And if it does that, again, it's okay to let it go at that point. We just wait for the next setup. Don't get frustrated, because again, like I said, this strategy will teach you patience. It'll teach you not to chase a trade. It'll teach you to be okay with letting a trade go, and then you just wait for another setup. So, if you only took one today, I'm already off the charts for the day, but I did take the one trade, and that trade was EU, and it came out pretty nice before it started going back up. So I was in this for, I think I got out down in here somewhere. Right, I think right about here is where I closed my position. And it came down a little further, and it's doing its thing and going back up. But again, beautiful trade for the day. That could be your one trade for the day. You're done, and then you close the charts. So, all right, guys, I hope this helped you out. Again, I just wanted to point out what you may see in your back testing, what you may see on a daily basis where the train just leaves you. And my point is, that's okay if it does. We're going to wait for the next setup, and we're going to kill these markets together. So, all right, you guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you on the next one. You guys take care and have a great rest of your week.